AutoLine at CES is brought to you by ETAS, Gentex, Intrepid Control Systems, Magna, and by Yazaki Innovations.
Erik Fleming is the CEO of a new part of Yazaki called Yazaki Innovations. And Erik, what's that all about?
John, thanks for your time. Thanks for coming in and visiting our booth. You know, YII is basically taking the pure soul of Yazaki in terms of innovation, technology, and bringing it to the next generation. In terms of moving faster, quicker, and diversifying our products. You know, we're the largest wire manufacturer in the whole world. One out of every 2 cars has our products in it. But as cars get more, how can I say this, more computer-based, there's less and less components in there and computers in it, so you need less wire harnessing. So we need to do other things besides just basic wire harnessing. And that's where YI comes into place. We're using and changing our technologies, going to things like bus bar technologies, going to instrument clusters and displays, and trying to increase the breadth of our product. But then the last thing we're doing, and which is the most important, is changing the speed at which we support our customers. You know, current designs, technically, our current products that we do on the OEM side, standard OEM could take a year, 2 years of development. We're used to a 6-month to 1-year development, if not sooner. So we have dedicated factories run by YII that can support these new, how can I say, new electric vehicle style customers faster, quicker, and with the same quality and the same type of response and delivery that you would see from any type of Yazaki product.
But your background's not automotive, right? You were at, what, Tesla and SpaceX and what else?
Yeah, I was one of the early employees at Tesla, so I understand truly that startup crazy mentality. I worked for Elon Musk for 7 years between SpaceX and Tesla. So that's where I take that speed approach, you know? And when you're making rockets and you're making automobiles, it doesn't matter how fast you go, they still have to be safe. And we did it. So before Tesla, I was at Apple. So I got that whole experience. And then after them, I kind of went out into my own world, helping found companies and run companies, and then got this beautiful opportunity at Yazaki 2 years ago.
So, you know, I said that your background's not automotive. What I meant was really your background's not legacy automotive.
No.
Obviously, having been at Tesla. So what brought you to Yazaki?
So there was a company that I was sourcing when I was doing the Model S at Tesla, and they treated me so well, even though Tesla was not known back then. I was more of a salesperson, truly, than a supply chain person, trying to sell tier ones to use us. And what was that company? It was Yazaki. And they treated us so well. And we're still, we still love partnering with them and working with them. But long story short, Yazaki had a place in my heart. I also sourced them at another company that I was working at. And then when they came to me and asked me to help run a newer, more nimble group, I jumped at it. Because I trust the family, I trust the name, and the product's the best.
So Erik, what's the difference between the startup mentality and the legacy one? How can you make things go faster at Yazaki Innovations?
I'm gonna give you the best analogy I know. A startup company is like a lifeboat. Everybody's on the boat. The captain of the ship may be on the boat, the chef may be on the boat, heck, passengers and so forth. Well, guess what? When you're on a lifeboat, it doesn't matter if you're the captain or a passenger, you gotta row, right? You gotta catch fish. You gotta keep your eyes open for, you know, somebody that's gonna come and save you. So that's what a startup's all about. Everybody has to do things that are not in your job description. You have to make things happen. You have to get things done, or you die. Just the boat sinks and you're shark food. So that's the way I like to feel a startup runs versus a legacy would be the ship hasn't sunk, the boat's running, make sure you get your meals square, and eventually you'll get to where you want to go. And then to add to that, YII is run like a startup. You know, I don't care if there's a problem in a factory, I'll go help fix it myself. My vice presidents, like David Scheffler and so forth, they're in factories every day because we need to make things better and do things. Everything's on our shoulders, and that's the way we take it.
But I gotta believe some people just don't have the disposition to do that. I gotta believe the startup mentality that you're talking about maybe isn't for everybody.
everybody's different. Everybody has their comfort spots. And then the people that aren't comfortable, then they can go back to a legacy type of atmosphere. But I've been very fortunate. I haven't had that issue. Everybody is excited to be here. Everybody's excited to be at YII, and I love it. And that's why the passion I want to draw from it.
So how's it going?
Fantastic. Fantastic. I would say that, there's always going to be people that doubt change or don't want change. So what I'm proud of is I set goals, and I reach those goals, and then I remind everybody that I set those goals and reach those goals. And that's on a constant basis. Because remember, we are part of a massively large company. And again, you'll have naysayers and so forth. And the best way to prove naysayers wrong is deliver results and do what you said you were going to do. And so far, YI has delivered.
So Yazaki, long time, very conservative, Japanese even more conservative. Do you take lessons from YI and back into the mothership, so to speak?
That's the goal. It's not to get too complicated here, but we consider ourselves the Dejima of Yazaki. Dejima, it was a peninsula in Japan, in the south of Japan, when Japan was closed off as a company to the rest of the world, as a country. And this Dejima area was the only place that allowed in foreign investment, foreign products, and so forth. And if they were good, then they could go through across the island into the rest of Japan. Well, that's what we are. We are the Dejima. We will take the risks, chances. We fail, we fail. Hopefully we fail fast and we learn, and then we go on, but we protect the company. And then when we get really good ideas, we send them back.
Well, good. Erik, thanks so much for your time. Very interesting what you're doing there. Can't wait to see what comes out of it.
My pleasure. Thank you, sir.